Hello, I'm Campbell and welcome to Sunfish Advisory Practical Guides. This is our first one, which is an introduction to M&A. At Sunfish, we look at M&A in terms of what goes in our wheel. There are 6 main sections here, and in future videos we'll break these down into a little bit more detail, but first a quick run through the headlines. Under strategic alignment, this is really your sort of do not pass go. Very, very tempting to look at the financials and see if it costs in, see if the deal makes sense on those grounds alone, but really you should think about strategic alignment before anything else. It needs to be aligned on one side with whatever your overall strategic growth plan is. You shouldn't be having an inorganic plan and an organic plan. You want one plan, one go-to-market, and then there's inorganic and organic components to it in terms of how you're intending on creating value. And in the second area concerned with fit, you'll be thinking more about what your customers look like, what your technology is, what industries you're in, company culture, management approach, and a whole raft of other things relating to why you're actually looking to buy this business. Secondly, we have financials. And again here, a couple of different things to think about. First of all, what are the golden metrics that you're really looking for? Why are you looking to acquire this company? Is it recurring revenues, organic growth, EBITDA, cash conversion, etc., etc.? And then you want to be thinking about what do the financial forecasts look like? Does the history support the finances? Do the figures, all kind of stack up and gel with what you're looking for? And lastly, on the buying side, we have deal logic. Deal logic kind of combines some elements from the first 2 areas, and it adds a few other things in there. Obviously, price is a factor, but not just price, but how did you get to the price? What sort of synergies are there? What would that price look like on a sort of forward multiple basis? And does your logic stack up there too? And secondly, is thinking about what potential is there for arbitraging on that multiple, i.e. you might buy something at 4 times, you're valued at 7 times, you've immediately created quite a lot of value there, whereas if that piece of value creation doesn't quite add up, then you might find that 2 plus 2 just equals 4 and you haven't actually created any real equity value. So deal logic kind of pulls all of those things together. If we come back to the wheel and look over at the right hand side, let's take a look at some of those selling dynamics. First of which is the external view. And kind of rule number 1 here is you're always for sale. You might not think you're for sale, you might not have put the for sale sign up, you might have no advisors around to help you, but trust me, there are people out there, and I've been one of those people on many occasions. There are people out there who are taking a look at you based upon recommendations or referrals or your website or the fact that you're in the right sort of industry for what they're looking for. So you're always there. So it kind of behooves you to get your external worldview right. And to help you with that, there's quite a lot of things that your marketing team can do on your website and in terms of investor relations, analyst relations, public relations, and lots of other marketing tips and clues and things that you can do to kind of help people like me gain a better understanding of what your business is, and that way you might get onto some long lists and hopefully even some short lists that you might not have been on previously. The second area under selling is facts and figures. Again, a couple of different areas here. First of all, what as well as financial data can you give in terms of your performance and how that projects going forward? That could be things like customer sat, it could be things like churn, it could be cross-selling statistics, product penetration, stuff like that. And what does that trend look like? And have you got enough historicals to support that trending going forward? And secondly, you want to be thinking about customer statistics. Again, that could be ARPU, that could be customer total lifetime value, and anything around market data. What are the trends in your market? People want to see you sailing a rising tide. They don't perhaps want to invest in customers who are going backwards and spend whilst you're in an industry that's going backwards too. So again, as much rich data as you can give there to support what's going to be somebody else's business case, the better. And now the final segment on the wheel, which is deal structure. Again, whether you're an individual owner or more of an ownership group, you need to get your head around what you want that deal structure to look like, because it's going to come up fairly early in any conversation. So are you looking for an earn-out, or are you looking for cash on completion? If it is an earn-out, what are the terms? What is the length of that earn-out? What do you have to achieve to hit it? And equally, start thinking about what your future roles are. Do you see yourself being with a company after a period of time? Is it going to be a hands-off earn-out or more of a hands-on one? And what is the potential aspirations of any buyer? Because some buyers are happy to have vendors around for a longer term as part of our overall growth. Others want them out of the door fairly swiftly. So again, the more you can think about these sorts of questions, it might actually be helpful in terms of identifying potential buyers, because there's more in finding the right company to make the acquisition than just paying a price that you're looking for. There are lots of other things in that mix, so you need to think about the complete picture. So that concludes today's short video. As I said earlier, we'll be taking those 6 areas and breaking them down individually in future videos over the coming months. And of course, check our events section. We'll link to that below so that you can see when we've got any M&A events coming up, because they really are the best way for you to find out more about the topic, is to hear a lot more detail from Sunfish, as well as very, very good lineup of speakers. And hopefully you can have some fun networking and talk to us personally as well. Thank you.